We get into a little bit of a different week this week. We finally get through all of the introductory type chapters. We finish up with chapter 4, which is prefixes, and then we get on with our first real body system, which is chapter 5, the digestive system. Now you will note that we're going to hit the beginning of the digestive system this week, and next week in the next chapter it's kind of finishing and focusing the last part of the digestive system as well. So we're going to do 2 chapters this week. There's lots of blue boxes in your chapter 4. You might find some repeats. Remember, if you've already made a flashcard, you don't need to remake it. Just know that you need to keep your focus on that this week as well. I hope you like the image that I use. We really have to have focus. And I wish I could have had this on an index card because that's exactly where our focus needs to be, on those flashcards that we're making. I hope you can recognize some of these word parts this week as maybe ones you've already learned in the first week or two. That's great. Okay, that's going to be ideally what we want. A lot of times it's about this time in the semester where a lot of students ask me, why do we have so many suffixes? I know this is a prefix chapter, but a lot of you say, why do we have so many suffixes that mean pertaining to? They kind of get hung up on that. Well, how do I know which one to use and how do I know which one not to use? Again, and like this image shows, a dictionary, we're not making up new words. All of the words you're looking for or trying to create are in a medical dictionary. So really what that suffix pertaining to does, or all the different pertaining to suffixes do, is complete the word, right? That's what a suffix does. It goes on the end of the word. It really completes that word. So if you're struggling trying to find a word or trying to come up with a definition of a term, if I give you a term and say, tell me what the definition is, a lot of times if you don't know and you want to guess pertaining to, blah, 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 it's going to be a really great guess for you because, yes, there are a lot of pertaining tos. There's a lot of ways that we finish up those words with that suffix. Getting into the digestive system, again, this is a beginning or introductory, and then we finish up next week with the rest of it. You really get to see how the chapters are going to be laid out from here on out. We've talked about that a little bit before. Once you get into body systems, we do each body system separately and by itself in the chapter. And so it, again, starts with a lot of that anatomy and physiology, just kind of learning the lay of the land here with the digestive system. What are the parts of it and how do they all work together? What's the important part here in the anatomy and physiology? And then we get to really focusing in and honing in on that language. All of those blue boxes, any new prefixes, combining forms and suffixes, make sure you make those flashcards and really, really study them into mastery.